honestly don't know what this fucking game is about. I mean, to be honest, I saw it in GameStop every time I was going to GameStop. It was always like $40 even used, so I was fucking. But it's free on PlayStation Plus right now, so I said, fuck it, why not? So, we'll be starting off with a disclaimer. Warning. Even if based on proven medical knowledge from 1918, Vampyr sometimes take liberties in establishing possible links between scientific theory and supernatural creatures. For theatrical purposes, in other words, do not try to cure any disease with any of the recipes shown in this video. And no rats were harmed in the making of this game. I'm gonna be eating rats? We going Ryu style with this? And we actually take as consequences. Ooh, okay. I think I might enjoy this. So if I kill somebody I'm supposed to kill, man, this is an auto save. Alright, here we go. I kinda like that. My choices matter, huh? So I can't just go around doing what the fuck I wanna do. Alright, let's get it. I'm not doing an apocalypse version of this game. I want to be a gamer. Experience points rewarded now. Now reduce experience points? Nah, I ain't trying to. That's you bugging. So normal mode for now. And if I really like this game, I'll try hard mode.
"12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment, a righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all
voice
so
acting A1 so far.
Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Alright, cool. He got clothes on. We already off to a good start. I ain't gotta be worried about YouTube right now. Yeah. Black and white, red and green. You got blood trails and shit. We not having it's not that bad. I don't think he's supposed to be seen in black and white like that, but hey, some people got it.
Thirsty. So thirsty.
Hey buddy, let me talk to you for a minute. I just want to talk to you. What's crying, baby girl? How you doing?
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no! Mary!
All you gotta do, bro, is just bite yourself.
Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. Tradition of that part.
Mary!
Mary! Martha!
No.
And it's too late to cry now, bro. You wouldn't think about none of that when she give you a hug.
This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain!
I swear I thought he was gonna jump in the water, but okay.
These patrols are after me!
Seen it in fantasy clothes?
No! Don't shoot!
I'm a human.
This is a
Don't
nightmare!
shoot.
I need to get out of here! This can't be happening.
Oh, what's happening?
Over there!
No! Please, stop! I mean you no harm! What's going on?
Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Shit, where'd it go?
Now, I can defend myself.
Kill that thing!
Who are you?
Don't let it out!
Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice.
I don't think it's done or nothing. That would have been a good place to go. Wait. With my handy dandy? What's shaking? Wait, what? Okay. I guess.
Who are you? Stupid beast! Sorry. No, please, stop! Who are you?
There's one of them vermin!
What do you want?
Drink their blood or nothing?
I mean you no harm. I need help.
Die, you fucking leech!
Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this.
Shut up, beast!
Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name?
I'll do the rest of the job.
Just leave me.
Ew. I guess you're not one of the sparkly vampires then, huh?
The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go! I need to find shelter. Is anybody there? What is this place? The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here. Mary! Mary!
Martha!
Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
Fire and sun. Was there anything on this? No. Fire. No. Kind of want to explore upstairs though. Ooh. That guy's scratch that lady. Real dead.
this one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it to share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers.
Ugly ass
Nah,
rat
give him an
face
E.
ass. When I see you, I'm killing both y'all.
That's impossible.
Actually, before I even go upstairs, I want to check this one.
I had better remain here until nightfall.
Oh, that's the way out. Okay. Alright, bro. There ain't no loot in here, no items we can get. Ha! Can you see yourself?
12 dreams for the Red Queen that sleeps under crown of stone, that she might linger longer, her eyes as white as snow.
Who goes there?
A prayer for the sound by warring song. A child born from darkness must take scent of his.
Who's there? Are you referring to me? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Damn, what happened in this house?
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No! There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy.
Can I get some contacts, please? You got the used revolver. Oh, we can level it up. This would be the perfect revolver at max. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I can pause that and read that on your own time. Probably should. Yeah, because it'll take me forever to get through this. I'll leave it up for a minute. You pause. Scroll down. All right. Let's get some sleep.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only. This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, who takes blinding sunlight into a glowing reflesh.
Hideout beds allow you to evolve and rest. Spend experience points to level up and improve your vampiric skills. Alright, let's see what we can do. What's this? Wait, how many points do I have? Can I? I don't know, I feel like this is the ones I start with. I probably should have checked out everything before I just picked, because I just noticed the other two sections were fucking ass. I want to be in the shadows.
That voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who...
Eternal thirst. Night is here again. I am in London now. Somewhere near the East End docks, I suppose. Wait a minute. What's the minute?
Made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become.
I can't run it now. What are you talking for? Skirt, pump your brakes. What the fuck?
It's closed.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here!
Oh, fuck you!
My head's spinning.
Oi! Come out, you coward!
I cannot enter.
Clever fucking beast!
Offhand for you the present triangle. Damn attack is stamina. Got it.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End.
Over there! There's one of
Back
them
out.
vermin!
Die, vermin!
A strength I never knew I had.
R1 to unleash your vampire shit.
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
Why not? Okay. So how the fuck do you...
This one stinks already. It's a leech! Kill it!
Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire. My strength, my reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
Gee! When you teleported earlier, you think that would have been a dead giveaway. You hugged it? One shall enter or leave quarantine area without written like of the local health authority blank. An authorized employee of the blank shall after destroy or remove this card. Blank violating his regulation will be fined. What? Interesting. Interesting. Alright, let's see what else we got. That ass, right? I'm trying to explore a little bit more. Find some shit. What's this? Join the ranks. Your king and country need you. Join the British ranks and help the brave lads at the front. Fuck y'all. Join. Shit. Another one. Your king and country need you. Join the blank and help blank.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
Get some of them shillings.
It's locked.
Is this one off?
It's locked, all right. The dizziness from the jump. I can now. Control it.
Alright, I'm gonna assume that's gonna happen a few more times.
I cannot enter.
Lock, right?
It's locked. What will London have to say to me? I've so many questions unanswered.
Limehouse Dock. Stable. Interesting.
Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum?
Feels like that.
The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant. Fresh blood. Something dire must have come about. I cannot enter. It's locked. Where has everyone gone? According to the blood patterns, that's where the victim was attacked. So that must be the killer's trail.
You could craft? The killer can wait. Sleep. Enhance my bite. Back up. Interesting. gotta hold it.
Following nights.
Still covered in blood. Decided not to change clothes. That's cool.
That's strange. The trail is very erratic, as if the killer was drunk or hesitant. At last, a little life. Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
It be like that.
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
So did they die of scary?
Where am I?
Just kidding.
Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of
Turquoise
light in this dangerous part of town.
I like that name, that's what it's like.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
This dude is really answering all these questions like,
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business, you hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
It's locked, all right.
you question everybody in here. Hey, you.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Where boot boy?
Hello,
Go
sir.
on and tell me more.
Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom, then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
Caught you in a lie already, bitch.
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, the Turquoise Turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, and now all these terrible murders.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah. Killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
How about that shit?
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Sewer dog.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you? I mean you no harm. Say it, the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word. Anyone?
The power of Christ compels me, boy.
Well, that's something I can do for you. And who might you be?
I'm not sure that I know anymore.
Might I at least learn the reason of your presence?
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here, too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I am performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
And what exactly is this Brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor? That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
Perhaps. This is all new to me. I'm not even certain what I'm looking for.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
About to raid your room, sir. Give me all your shillings and everything in here.
Would you be so kind as to leave the room?
No. What's out here?
I cannot enter.
Not long ago, this mess would have given me a laugh.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight.
From this place as I can.
Someone must know something.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess.
Hello, sir. May I disturb you again?
You're still ugly as sin.
I'll leave you to your bottle, then.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
I think you're hiding something from me.
I hide many things from many people, sir. That's what my job's about.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
I think I'm losing my mind. I should just run as far away from this place as I can. Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. But my God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the cannon factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
That's what? Citizen details. Vampire, you need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar includes the XP you will gain if you feed on the civilian. Unlock hints to increase the amount of XP. I don't want to kill her though. Yet. This is Tom watching.
You can't see me now, Mum.
That's you, right?
Hello, sir. May I disturb you again?
And you're still ugly as sin.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
We'll feast on you, Tom.
You again. What can I do for you?
You know what I'm here for, baby.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Who is he?
William. Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the cannon factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
Alright, let's find William.
I think I'm losing
It is
my
under
mind.
water.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Alright, that you should.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this.
What's this? The trash. 20 pages of the diary. I go into people's houses. That's what
It's locked.
Static on this side. Can't go in there.
I cannot enter. It's locked. I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city. The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. What's this? Some sort of note. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge. Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
To shut it, Mr. Billy. If the man says a bloodsucker's dug in here, you've got...
Press L3, spot enemies, display their enemy cards.
One job.
There are 4 types of resistances: physical, ranged, blood, shadow.
And that's the find it. And find it fast.
Fair enough, Tom. But why do they hide where it's so damn cold?
Crush the leaves, boys! Watch out, lads! Oh, my vermin!
Cool. I beg to disagree.
See them fancy clothes? This one's top! Watch it! Over there!
Cool. Mission
It's locked, all right.
I can't ever open the gate in this damn gang. Where the keys at? Who got keys? You got keys? Man, they're sitting here killing everybody. Where's the blood stain at? Is it? It's up here. It's all this thing. Not a damn thing. Rats and hideouts. What do you mean? Rats are off there located in your hideout. Boom. This hideout? You should have just not turned around. So wait, what's this about a hideout? We got a new hideout. Common handle part, lead plate. Okay. We craft anything? We upgrade any weapons? Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to upgrade the steak. Oh, can't do that. Alright, so machete it is. Can we upgrade the pistol? Six pistol. I want to stock up on blood. Hey, do I got bullets? Give me all of these shillings. There's always a dead body in one of these hideouts, but whatever. Anyway. What was that?
I have this thirst for blood.
He's a rat, dude?
This is despicable.
Absolutely. Eating rats. Open there, there's blood stain inside there. Somebody died.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Ooh, an axe.
Quench my thirst. I must have more. Oh dear God. Not again. William, please stop. Just a sip, I promise. You're my last and dearest friend.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Will, please, let go
This
of me.
creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Back up off me, bro. I didn't want to have to do that to you. But you left me no choice.
William, please, stop. Let me go. William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton,
Sure about that?
are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
The all in shillings. Pass them shillings over here. I think that's all I can do. Let's be out.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... what manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed. A surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Hey man, drive your boat.
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
And for that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician.
I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
What say ye?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted.
Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Okay. And we still can't open it.
It's locked.
Okay, it's locked. Eat it.
We'll have a word in my office later, Jonathan.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Ooh.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, dry it all.
Bastard, give me a good Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
dance with him the dance of life and death.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you.
He does kind of sound like Butcher, doesn't he? I think it's because we're actually in Britain. Because we're actually in good old Britain. Well, they'll find you in the morning, maybe. That's their problem.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the fact that there's a dude that got pushed into the river over here. He probably big that, so. Oh well.
It's locked, all right.
Can I get a power to just blow doors open? Because I'm tired of you saying shit is locked, my dude. Gotta be careful. I can't just go killing everybody.
I cannot enter.
Gotta be discreet. Do some schooling later before the hospital. So I can finalize and become a good rest up.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Bitch.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest
Like watching
night
rats.
of
You
my
got
life.
one of those nurses, huh?
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
For real.
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed.
Stay
Your
wired.
office
No
has
more
been
good
prepared.
cheese. No Leroy. No more life. Yes, sir.
I would
Have
like to
some
ask a
questions.
few questions first.
Tell me what I want to know, bitch.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
You know what? You on the list. When I get the chance to eat your ass,
Apologies, I've only just met him the once.
I am going to wait.
This is
it's going to be
sudden.
meticulous. When
I've
I
only
get
just
the
returned to
highest
England.
blood quality off you,
Dr. Swansea
You're
is
dead.
a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
I'm a fucking nerd.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Oh yeah, bitch. 2,000 experience. I can't wait to kill your ass.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks. The ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Part of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh, word?
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Yeah, you gonna offer getting your ass ate up too.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
Who the fuck are you talking to like that, boy?
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I'll bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
What the fuck you mean most of the time?
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Alright. Yeah, it's this nigga nothing.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Oh, they got the Black Doctor, whatever, out here selling guns and shit. Like, Dr. Jonathan Reed. VS. What does VS mean? Vampire surgeon. I'm here to drink your blood and then drink your heart. That made no sense. Anyway. Damn expensive ass gun. You want 300 shillings? Get the fuck out of here. Damn, I need some of these to upgrade guns too. Nah, it's too rich for me, bro. I'll be back when I got more shillings. This nigga better pay me for this doctor job. I swear to God, I'm here slacking off. If I don't get paid, you gonna have a lot of missing patients in here. Let me tell you that right now. I'm thirsty. Oh, what's in here? We got a blow time? Hello, fellow doctor.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know?
See, somebody that came in here with some respect.
Actually,
I
yes.
can dig that.
We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
So,
what is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
see, like,
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
That's deep.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Friggin' British Christopher Walken.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with.
There's Brannigan about to go missing. You don't know who the fuck
you
you
really
talking to.
seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Wait, what?
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
And that's what it is.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Yeah, y'all sleep well. I'm liable to come back in here tonight. Give you that blah 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 blah. Hey you, hey. Bet you work
Good
here, right?
evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
He's surrounded by water, though.
It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep.
It's raining. He
All
shouldn't be
members of
thirsty.
staff have already read about your new blood transfusion
My guy out here
technique.
smoking a fuckload of
Dr.
cigarettes.
Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well,
Well,
I'm a
too
little
working for that nurse
surprised.
out here talking about
I
shit.
suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected
She'll give me my
notoriety.
respect.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Huh. Oh wait, you're
Do you think
Dr.
this
Brandon.
hospital can survive?
Alright, see,
We are all
you could live.
volunteers here, and we're trying to hold
Another
fast.
nurse though?
How do we beat an invisible killer?
You're dead.
Some nurses have already resigned.
There's about to be another resignation in here, and by that I mean
I'm not familiar with all the
murder.
staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most
Yeah,
of
me.
Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Yeah, she do look like
Is there
Nicolas
anyone
Cage.
that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tibbets. He
You better
should
hope
be a
ain't no
standard
bees
for
in
us
this
all
game.
here. If only he were younger.
Oh, Harry
should his
Potter
age
looking
be a
at you
problem?
here.
I guess it's fair to
She
say
probably
he's
hiding
always
that
pushing himself to
fucking
the
lightning
limits.
bolt under that
He just doesn't
damn
know
near
when to
receded
stop and
hairline
get
she
some
got.
rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Okay. I'll be back.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
So I think I got everybody so far.
Just a dozen years or so.
Hang on, no I didn't. Who the fuck is that? We got some more people to talk to. Oh wait, I gotta go inside to see them. Yep. Just know, I can't kill you because you got merch. So you lucked out. That old Nicolas Cage looking nurse, she's the nice one, so you can live. But that bitch,
Dr.
where's she at?
Swansea is right.
Dr.
place
Brannigan
seems
or
perfect to
fuck that
conduct my
bitch? No, not
research.
2000. Who are you? You a patient here? Because you can
Good
get your
evening,
shit
miss.
chomped on too.
I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Nah, never mind. I feel like she got COVID.
And who are you?
Cool on
Your
that.
name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
What? You're a vampire, huh? Oh, you're more of a
And why
crackhead,
do you
but you know,
believe
hey.
you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Ugh,
Definitely.
Sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Big delusion. Crap.
I'm assuming you must be a patient.
What's that in your pocket?
Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of
telling you.
men and women who hunt me. For I
Big
am a
crack
vampire.
energy.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here.
She got that good shit in London. Matter of fact, she was getting a crack
Thank
from
you,
that
mortal,
fucking dude
but
outside
do
that
not
was
interfere
selling the
with them,
Rudy Tooties.
for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Did I already ask a personal question?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require?
She called me
Proof of
mortal
my
like
powers?
16
I'm
times. You
curious
get ate
to
up
know
too.
who you were
Matter of fact, I don't even want to
becoming a
eat you
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember.
because you got so much crack running through your
Centuries
veins
of
right now.
unholy life can have
I will
strange
never
effects
recover.
on one's minds, you see?
I'm good. I'm gonna get up out
I'll
of here.
leave
Let you,
Mistress of the Dark,
yeah.
to your nocturnal activities.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs had a bugging. Hey, hey! Somebody was here. Where you go? I'm gonna get to know everybody in this motherfucking hospital. I want to know who's eatable and who's not.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr.
you got
Reed.
fucked up.
I've
Who beat
recently
your ass?
taken the position of head surgeon here.
Ooh!
War injuries.
Somebody took a bat to your face,
Guessed
boy.
right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work.
Nah, don't do that.
It just hurts under
She's probably
the scars.
she's like old hot dog
If you
water
get my drift.
and corn chips.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you.
You know, I was gonna make fun of you, bro,
flames
but
are
I
under
don't
my
even want to
skin,
make fun of you
burning
anymore, man.
away.
That's fucked up. Shout
Who is
out to the
treating
troops, my man fighting
Is
hard.
someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Damn, man. I low-key... I don't even want to kill you, bro.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Yo, what?
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Damn,
You
nah,
do
don't do
realize
that.
She's mentally disturbed. It's
Don't do
called
that.
the
My guy
Cotton
took a bomb to the face.
She truly believes she's a vampire.
I don't even want to roast this
madness.
one. I mean, now I
never
kind of do, because he
refers
over
to
here talking
scars.
about he over here letting the crackhead bite him.
Frankly,
Fucking
if I
weird
could,
eyes.
I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Man, if you don't get your...
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
You know what?
Goodbye
I'll take
for
it
now,
back.
Mr.
You... Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
It's here again.
I'm not gonna do it. Or roast your ass one of these days, though. You disrespect me again. And you, vampire bitch. Hey! Don't you fucking get up and try to walk away from me, nigga. I'm about to have a conversation.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Yeah, okay, crack baby.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I'll leave you,
Get the fuck out of
Mistress
here,
of the
then.
Dark,
Weird ass.
to your nocturnal activities.
Tell you, one of these days, Dorothy, you and me, I'm gonna take you out back. There's a whole alleyway down there I want you to see. Dead.
Good evening, sir.
So many doctors and shit in this place I can get to know. But you never know, I could learn some shit, so I gotta talk to everybody here, man. Where's... Who am I looking for? It was you this whole time. You a cop?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him,
Bitch, it's
please, Dr.
Nigga, shut up.
I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What
Vampire
gave you such
glamour.
a bad
Tell
first
me
impression?
more.
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye,
let's talk
Mrs.
to you
Goswick.
soon. So you're Mortimer, eh? Tell me what's up, boyo.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really?
You're
Why
a
are you
whole
here?
grown-ass man.
My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of.
Nigga, your mom has
She
no
would tie
idea what
herself
I'm
to my bed
capable
if
of.
you asked her to leave.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
My sweet girl.
You're not Hawkins, huh, bitch?
Reads me like a book.
I'm about to get the scoop on
Good
every
evening,
doctor in here.
I'm
Some
Dr.
of y'all
Reed.
gonna be disappearing from
May I
this
help?
hospital.
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too.
But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wood and nails, not flesh and bones.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a lumber idiot.
And how much? You ain't worth it. Miss Hawkins, you the one out here starting static with people. What's up?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet.
I heard you've been an
My
asshole.
name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Aykroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Aykroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
I'm gonna kill your ass. For sure.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Aykroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me. since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Oh yeah, we definitely talking later. How many blood points do I get from you? Yeah, you watch your motherfucking back, boy. Bitch ass nigga. I'm gonna be the main doctor in here worrying about, ooh, you dead. You and Dr. Crane here, y'all are top of the list.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Get sick of y'all. Who the fuck y'all think y'all talking to? I'm gonna go outside and holler at old boy again. Hey, what's out this way?
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate. Good evening.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
How about that?
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Opium? Codeine? So this is where old girl's getting her crack from. Never mind, I thought it was dude downstairs. It was you, bro.
It's locked, all right.
Good to know. Good job.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
You and me, we gonna work together real well. That other dude about to be about it.
Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories at first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, Well, with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings, with desires, hopes and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Goodbye, Milton.
Touche, Milton. Too fucking straight.
It's locked.
Why the Goswicks came here in the first.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
How about that?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
I wish I could be sick again. Damn. Blood oil with the fever.
Pain. It's here again.
Hmm.
Disgust on every street.
That'll come in handy.
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Alright, I think I'm gonna call it here, play some more of this next time. I got through most of the people in the hospital. It's been fun. I'm still gonna kill them 2 motherfuckers when I get the chance. They got me fucked up. Dr. Crane and fucking Dr. Aykroyd, whatever the fuck that nigga's name was. Wayland? I don't even remember what his name was. Anyway, when I see them, I'm gonna see them. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. I'll see all you beautiful boys and ghouls in the next one. Peace.